Hello everybody, this is Ogden's Missing Sign. Today I'm going to be doing another commentary video on a run that I did. This will not be submitted to the leaderboards, but it is better than the PB I submitted. I submitted a 3630 for Mega Man 3 Legacy Collection. This is a little bit faster. I just want to do some commentary to document my progress. In case I ever want to go back and see what it was like, in case anybody else ever wants to for some reason. But also so I could do a watch back and analyze what I did. I did some work on the 8 Robos before I did this run, and I can really tell. I especially could tell when I was splitting, because, hoo boy. So anyway, I just thought that, why not? So that's what we're going to be doing today. This is my second take. Hopefully Live Split works this time. Alright, here we go. So, going to Top Man stage. I do top first. I have been considering Magnet first. Might be, not a terrible idea to mess around with, but this is what I know. So, making our way through the stage. Making our way downtown. Walking fast. I have especially been practicing jumping off ladders. I think that kind of fell apart in the second half of this run, if I remember correctly. But I do think I successfully came off the ladder and got the top guy in the maze in this run. Oh, this is going pretty well. Yeah, I'm like a full second ahead of where I usually am right now. Alright, so we do this, we do the slides. I think I get this, and though, I messed up the slide. But I did get off the ladder right. The problem I've been having with that, and why I could never get it, ever, was because I wasn't jumping off the ladder early enough. That's right. Yeah, I was doing really well, and then the last screen there got me. But it's still, fine. Yeah, that's why I could never figure out that top guy in the maze, was because I was just jumping off the ladder too late. Needed to be really lickety-split with it. This time, unfortunately, my slide input got eaten or something. Alright. 156 out of Top Man. We're ahead by 0.6 seconds. That really could have been like a 154. I mean, between missing the top skip and the slide in the top maze, that... it's a good time for me, but it still hurts because I could have been gold split, maybe. We are like a 1 3/4 seconds behind my gold split, so maybe not a gold split, but... Alright, so here we go. Let me tell you, dozers, Met dozers are so much easier on Legacy Collection. Pretty decent Proto Man fight. The Dark Room here I was working on also. Quite a bit. Trying to get more, all 3 shots in while I'm jumping onto a platform, rather than jump and fire 3 shots and jump again to get on the platform. Try to get a few more of these, like, really small slides in. And that was a really good Dark Room for me. I mean, that was fantastic. Something else I did, I saw in Darko's video that he didn't switch to top. He actually busted this down with the auto fire. This goes a little slow because I didn't identify those first 1 or 2 high spawns and exactly what I should do with it. But still, I mean, 326 to the boss door, like, holy mackerel, is that faster than what I was doing. This boss fight doesn't go perfectly, but it goes pretty well. I think I missed a hit. I ended up dead center in the room. So, all in all, that was a fantastic stage. Not quite a gold split. I know it says gold split, but I do the splits on my phone while I'm playing. And this is only like the third Legacy Collection run I've timed on the computer, so we were actually 3/4 of a second off of my gold split. Like 10 minutes before this run, I had a run where I gold split that, and I was like 11 seconds ahead going into Magnet Man, and then the spikes in like the second to last screen, third to last screen, you know, where you kill the sprinkler, I missed my jump off of the ladder and walked right into them. It was sad. I put a lot of work into this screen. It didn't really pay off in this run. But I did put a lot of work into that screen. I put a lot of work into these bubble screens too, not to do anything different, but just to... Or not to do any different strats, just to not mess it up. I think jumping off of that ladder is way easier than all the other ladders in the game. I don't know why. Just a little, my 2 cents. You'll also notice that I don't wait an eternity for that dragonfly this time. That's because I actually spent 5 minutes practicing that and making... Well, not just that, but, you know, running through the first half of this stage and making sure that I could do that. I menued here for no reason. I actually had a couple of bobbles here on the first half of this screen, which I'd completely forgotten about until I started rewatching this. That would explain why I didn't really save the time that I was hoping for in this stage. I remember when I played this, and I checked my time after my split, I was kind of hoping that I was going to save 3 or 4 seconds, but I ended up not really saving hardly any at all. But I didn't die. You know, team don't die. I was going to put that in the hashtag of my PB that I uploaded to the leaderboards, you know, in the comments section on YouTube. But apparently, hashtag team don't die is taken. But, ta-da! Gemini Man. One day, so we saved a little bit. We saved like a second, but I thought we were going to save a lot more than that when I first played it. I will eventually route out that E-Tank, probably. I did end up doing that on the NES, I think, routing that out, but it's so quick to get. It's such a good safety item. Not that I need it for the 8 Robos. You know, unless I'm going to need it for Gemini Man, which has happened. You know, I don't really need it, but sometimes I do need more than one E-Tank in the dock stages, so just having the E-Tank from Hardman doesn't cut it sometimes. I also put in some work on this screen because in my 3630, this screen was a complete disaster. And I didn't feel like it really needed work, it's just that that one run was awful. It was embarrassing. So, I didn't put a whole lot of work into this stage, but I did put a little bit of work into it. And I did spend, you know, 5 minutes on Needleman. See, that's the ladder thing where I didn't jump there, too. That was not intentional. That was me trying to jump off the ladder and then slide, and the jump didn't go. And of course, the one that is super unnecessary, because I could just get off the ladder and walk and still have to wait, I get. So... here we go. Let's hope that we can get a nice, quick 4-shot Needleman. Ha! I waited for you. Can't fool me. Gotcha. I was so happy. I was so happy that I didn't mess that up, because that's exactly what I have been messing up. That's not a real gold split, by the way. We're like 2.5 seconds off a gold split. But, you know, shoot, and then when he headbutts and then jumps across the screen, I overshoot him on that headbutt every time. I did work on this a little bit, just trying to... Ooh. Yeah, it doesn't really show there. Trying to figure out the timing so that first head misses me, And then also, there is a timing to be found where you can shoot the second snake head with the same, you can fire 3 lemons at the bouncing thing before it, and then 2 of them hit the snake head. I haven't quite figured it out, but I'm getting pretty close. So that's stuff that I worked on. I did mess this up, I don't think in this run, but I accidentally summoned Rush on the bottom level in, I think in the run where I was 11 seconds ahead in Magnet, and I just thought it was a complete disaster. You can do some fancy snake zips there, where you just, like, get pushed through the wall of the snake neck, but let's be real, I'm not going to learn that. I am pretty sure I do the single block slide here. I've been working on that as well. I don't know if it really saved me any time, because I got to the top of that ladder and just paused for a second to make sure I positioned myself right. But I did it. I'm working on it. And honestly, if I can get Gemini Man down, well, I'll get more runs here, so I'll feel more comfortable doing that. I did work on the snake fight. You'll see that I didn't just stay on the left side of the screen. I messed it up pretty bad. I messed it up pretty bad, but I put in a little effort to actually learn it. Surprisingly, even though that boss fight was not terribly good, that's a real gold split. I don't know exactly by how much. Yeah, I don't know how to tell in the phone app, but that is a real gold split. So it'll just get better once I actually properly learn the Snake Man fight. But I got the first 2 inputs, I guess, of the fight. That's not impressive. Here comes another Proto Man fight. I historically do much better in the Magnet Man Proto Man fights than the Shadow Man Proto Man fights. I don't know why. They're only very, very slightly different, if they're different at all, with your positioning where you start in the room. But for some reason, I don't get jumped all over in Magnet Man the way I do in Shadow Man. Alright, we're not going to spawn Rush into the ceiling this time. We're not going to miss jumping on him. We did get interrupted by that block, but you know what? That's better than the other 2 options. So, we do not try to go fast at the top of this ladder, because this is exactly how I lost my last run. Which was actually not as good as this one, coming into the stage. But it felt like it was fantastic because it started off so well. I came out of Shadow Man minus 7.5 in that run. Look at us getting the fight. That's not much of an accomplishment, but you feel very embarrassed if you mess it up. So, you know. That is another actual gold split. I think I gold split Magnet Man in my PB, so saving a second and a half on it is great. And here comes Hard Man. I do make an attempt at the quick fight. I consider it kind of like a half quick fight. I think I missed a shot, maybe 2 shots. In the Hardman fight, but I didn't get frozen, so, you know, kinda not quick, but kinda quick. We did miss that slide. I've been having some issues with, I feel like Rush is like just a pixel too far to the left or something, and so I end up on that platform in a different spot than I'm used to, and so then it affects, how much slide space I have at the end of the platform when I'm coming off the other end, and then I miss the jump. But we don't get jumped all over by the monkeys. That's never fun. I think I get the slide here for once. Yeah, but I tanked all my shots, so that wasn't helpful. Well, I mean, it was helpful. It just wasn't as good as it could have been. I'd rather get the slide than get the shots placed correctly and not get over for them to hit the Met Dozer. We don't get bead. I think I had a pretty okay Proto-Man fight. I think I do get hit up on this platform. Oh, I don't. That's a great Proto-Man fight. My health is in great shape, so coming into the boss fight, you know, I've said this in a couple other commentaries now. I really flail at this boss fight. I know the broad strokes of what you're supposed to do. Yeah, I missed one shot. I know the broad strokes of what you're supposed to do. But when you have that much health, like, you're just not even worried at all. You know, what happens if I kill... Or what happens if Hardman's dead in the center of the screen, and I have to stand in his hitbox or something to kill him in the middle of the screen? Well, guess what? You got the health. You know, I had almost a full health bar, so I really was just not stressed about it at all. I did have to take a couple deep breaths, though, just to calm my nerves. That was another real gold split. I don't recall if that was a gold split by TV or not, but that was a real gold split. So I was coming into Sparkman being like, oh, holy cow. We're getting close to sub 17-8 Robos. You know, that's a teleport out time. I'm glad I got that in one shot. I actually wasn't having an issue with that at all and developed an issue where, because to do that with the auto fire, you have to do a little bit of a straight jump, man. That's unfortunate. You have to do a little bit of a straight jump instead of continuing to jump towards him the whole time. You have to kind of pause your forward momentum a little bit. And I just stopped doing that for a little bit. I got hit there several times in a row. So I'm glad I got that. I figured out the double slide here. You have to drop straight down for there to be enough space. Similar to the Armor Joe, you have to halt your forward momentum there for a second. Beep 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 beep. I should probably stop singing because I know that the music is offset by the time it gets to my headset, and then I sing it into the microphone. That was a bad Sparkman fight. I get a lot of 3-jump Sparkman fights. I don't know that I've ever had one where he jumped away from me. Ever. He's right there. So we did lose time. 2.5 seconds is, you know... honestly, I thought we lost more time than that because we tinked off the Met Dozer twice. We got hit by one of the eyeballs, and then Sparkman fight was rough. I mean, if you told me we lost 2 seconds just in Sparkman, I would have believed you. So, that might have had potential to be a gold split on its own. 2 slides. There we go. I didn't get that jump. That's okay. Switch to Magnet. I seem to recall this screen went okay, not fantastic, but it went fine. I did jump into that, though. But you know what? Anytime you survive this screen, and don't kill your run, that's a good day. Okay, maybe it went a little less well than I remembered. You know, I think we ran into like 3 different flame things, but it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I don't know how I killed one of those fish. That never happens. I thought I messed something up when I played it, and I was like, oh well, keep moving. I don't know what happened there. I somehow shot one of those fish. It's never happened before that I shot the middle fish. So that's unfortunate that, but I didn't let it mess me up. And that's an important part. Like, I've been struggling with those bubbles with the Legacy Collection needles. I don't really know why. I'm assuming it's a rate of fire thing is just different than what I'm used to. Because I'm used to using a turbo auto fire control, but on the NES. And so the rate of fire is slightly faster on the PlayStation. I don't think we get this ladder grab this time. Yeah. And then I come back off it to grab that health just to be safe. I haven't really practiced that specifically. That I did shoot, but my input didn't go through for some reason. I did practice these two screens a lot, and you can't see it at all in the way that I played them. It really makes me sad. Not that I lost a lot of time there, but I lost a little time there, and I had practiced those so that they would be really crisp. And I was really happy with it. I was actually jumping under the ladybug that can knock you down into the pit. And I didn't do that. I ended up jumping at it and firing right at the last second, because if you fire earlier than the last second, you will miss, and then get knocked into the pit and lose your run. So, we lost 5.5 seconds in that stage, which makes me sad. It's a combination of a lot of stuff. Those last couple screens, all those bonks in the first screen. Although I didn't have to do a lot of pausing to let things happen or reorienting myself. I think each of those bonks takes, what, like a half second, 3/4 of a second, something like that? That was not terribly well done. The fish bubbles. I wish I could see where the edge of that, before you start those platforms, I wish I could see where the edge was, so that I could slide towards it. But I really just can't tell. All it would really take for me is to go back and just, like, look at it while I'm not playing. I should probably do that. But we're not going to rewind right this second, because we're timing. Alright, a fine Dock Wood. Not fantastic. Good menu. I'm happy with that menu. As I've said before, I am a very imprecise menuer a lot of the time. I should start sliding on these platforms more. I'm going to start working on that. It won't save a whole lot of time, but it'll probably save a couple seconds. Look at how immediately knew exactly where I was going. I'm so pleased that I did that. Here comes Dock Heat. Do I get a double hit? In my last video I said I don't think on the Legacy Collection I've gotten a regular double hit this whole time, and I get it right there. I'm more than 100 attempts in on the Legacy Collection. And I'm very sure that's the first time I've got one of those. That was a real gold split for Dock Shadow. Probably just because the Heatman fight went well. Honestly, I did have a couple of little bobbles, but not a lot. I got through the Armor Joe room without any weirdness because I wasn't trying to use Needle. I've been trying to figure out how to save that menu, and all it's done is mess up my health routing. Alright, so I am aware that there's you do a bullet slide with Rush, and then you switch the weapons to the spark shot. I don't do that, obviously. Maybe I should, but I'm just not that level of skill. But it was a pretty fast boss fight. I'm happy with the way that went. Anytime that he doesn't get a chance to start jumping to the other side and I've got a bunch of health left, I'm happy. I did face tank that Dragonfly on accident, but I think the rest of the screen goes pretty well. I don't think there's any other incidents on this screen this time. I have been wrapping around the screen and jumping into those parachutes a lot, though, on Legacy Collection. I don't know if I have been doing that really more than on the NES, or if it's easier, or if that's just in my head, but it was weird. I think I had to switch to Shadow for this Met. Yeah, that first snake missed, and then one of my other snakes missed too. And I really wasn't sure that I wanted to do this, but I also didn't want to die, because I've been having issues with those giant Mets recently. Oh, thanks for the big health drop that I didn't terribly need. I'm very happy with the way I handled that, though. I'm not good at getting through those cannons quickly without getting hit. I'm not good at outrunning those Mets, the flying Mets. Not a terrible menu. I'm happy with the way that went down. I did mess up this fight. I think I opened with a slide. Yeah. I have not been having good success with... Yeah, see, look at how dreadful that is. I have not been having good success with opening that fight with a slide on the Legacy Collection. Although I'm pretty sure that's what I used to do on the NES, was open that with a slide and a big jump, but I fired like halfway or 3/4 of the way up my jump, and then turned around and fired again, and then I would just do that when he came back the other direction too. Fight over. 2 double hit jumps. I miss this ladybug. I couldn't believe I did that. I could not believe I missed that ladybug. That might be the first time I've ever done that in a run. It is a thing I think about a lot, but it's not something that I basically ever do. So we're going through here, Gemini Laser. I don't care about how much Gemini Laser I use, because it's not going to lag the screen the way it does on the NES. I'm not going to be using Laser for Dot Quick. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. Any runner that successfully uses Gemini Laser for Dot Quick, like, you have my respect. Especially on the NES. No way. There's no way that I'm doing that just to save a menu. Because, let's be real, I'm probably hitting an E-Tank anyway. So here we go. Into this room. We're about to get the swag jump. I love it. I've been getting that so much on Legacy Collection. It is way easier for me than any backwards damage boost. If you ever see me do a backwards damage boost, I'm very proud of myself for it. I can't do them. I either hit it too early and I move out of the way of the damage, or I hit it too late and I don't turn around. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Alright. If I recall correctly, I almost did this without an E-Tank. And right there probably was my opportunity. Oh, never mind. Wrong fight. I thought this was the fight where I got down to exactly 1 health. Reasonable quick man fight for me. We lost 5 seconds to that stage. That's unfortunate. We came into Sparkman 18 seconds ahead, and, you know, my goal is sub 36, so we need to save 31 seconds. At almost the halfway point, we were more than halfway there. And now we're almost back to even going into Wily. Probably lost half a second in that Breakman fight. Shout out to IBM Computers, by the way. So that just, you know, was sad. When I saw those times during this cutscene, I was just like, well, we're not going to get there on this run. We're not going to go sub 36 on this one. Not that I feel like I deserve a sub 36, because, you know, I did try for a long time to, well, for a time, I don't know if you can consider it long, to get really pretty good at the NES. Yeah, I get hit like 3 times on the screen, by the way. It's a pretty awful fish screen. Yup. To get pretty good at the NES version of this, even if it was with auto fire, And even with auto fire, I barely broke 38 minutes. So, you know, to be getting under 36 already on this version of the game, you know, and the world record's like 33:57. I mean, it's not a super contested category. None of the Legacy Collection games are. But, like, obviously I don't feel like I feel like sub 36, you're approaching the neighborhood of, like, the tippity top tier guys. And girls. And other people. And I don't feel like that's me. I don't feel like I belong there. Yet. But, you know, this run had the potential to get there. That's for sure. We lost about a half second there. Could have gained time if it wasn't for that fish screen. I lost probably a second and a half in that fish screen. If I recall correctly, I don't refill Magnet at the end of this stage. Right before Easy Double. Okay, we don't flip all over. That was a little slow, but we didn't flip to the wrong page or anything. We didn't go exploring all over the menu. Okay, yeah, we didn't go to Magnet. We didn't get magnets. That's the thing I'm trying to route back in as a time save. Because you save 2 menus and the time it takes to get a big refill. Well, I guess save 1 menu, but easy. Easy Devil is so easy with auto fire, let me tell you. Is that a real gold split? That is a real gold split. I wish I could see how much of a gold split that was. But I did not screenshot any of these. Well, I guess screenshots wouldn't make a difference, but I do remember one of my gold splits in this run was 2.8 seconds. It was a lot. It was a big gold. It might actually have been this one. I mean, I almost always mess up that grenade screen at the beginning somewhere, and I got through it handily in this run, and I didn't mess up that slide, and I don't think I messed up this rush. Yeah. And I don't mess up the fight either, so. Look at that menu. Very efficient menu. Yeah, that might have been the one. This says we saved 3.5 seconds against my PB. So this is just a little, you know, normal. I think I get 2 of the jumps on this next screen. I think these are supposed to be like 2-frame jumps or something. And I got 2 of them, so that's, you know, pretty good for me. Does it make a big difference? No. Does it make a little bit of a ego difference? Sure. Snake Man fight. We're not doing anything fancy because we need to end up over by the teleporter anyway. Skip the health. Little slow figuring out where I'm going on that menu, but I was already thinking that menu is slow. Where am I going next? Hard Knuckle. Remind me tomorrow, please. I was already thinking, where am I going next? Hard Knuckle. Where's Hard Knuckle? 1 up. Because as soon as I did that menu, I knew it was slow. Alright, here we go. What happens with the magnets? Didn't get a refill. I missed one, and The one in the air may or may not have gone to his iframes. Not a great backup fight, honestly. But knowing that every boss is weak or weak-ish, I think they're just weak, to their own weapon is, you know, worth knowing. Would have been way slower if I had to switch to the Buster. Missed that last shot. Look at that. Had to go all the way across for the health. Such sad. I feel like I had to do that same thing in the 3630 also. Great fight. I feel like in 3630 I skipped the Gemini health. And then missed that first shot. Go, 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 go. And then had to go all the way across the screen for Needleman because I messed it up. Almost forgot I had to split. Lost another 4 seconds. I think in the 3630, I lost 15 seconds in the refights against what was then my PB. So to lose another 4 seconds, I was just annoyed. But here we go. No lag snakes. There we are. So at this point, I was kind of setting in, how much time are we going to save? Not entirely sure. That's not a real gold split, but it's fine. But I knew I wasn't going to make, you know, sub 36 for sure. I was trying to keep the time save over 10 seconds at this point. Don't mess anything up. And that's really kind of nerve-wracking, because if you do mess something up, if you go to the menu at the wrong time, see, like right there, the very last half second of the run, I accidentally hit rewind. I just tapped it.
Well, that was awesome.
Alright, so that was me chiming in on the PlayStation controller for some commentary. I don't know if just tapping rewind right there, where it really doesn't affect anything, right at the very last second, like if that would disqualify my run. I know rewind's not allowed. Just like you're not allowed to use save states for a leaderboard run. But I'm not going to submit this anyway, because it doesn't really move anything forward as far as the leaderboard. I was very pleased to get 6 gold splits. And 4 of those were in stages that I had dedicated some practice to before I did this run. Snake Man, I was shocked to get a gold split in Snake Man. I made an effort to do a better version of the fight than the safe and slow stand on the left and just keep shooting needle at him. I didn't really think it was very successful, but it's hard to say it was unsuccessful if you get a gold split, you know what I mean? Magnet was a gold split. Hardman was a gold split. I could probably also credit that to the Proto Man and the Hardman fights. Doc Shadow was a gold split, probably because of the screen directly after Woodman and the actual Heatman fight, and I didn't have to E-Tank. So, yeah, good run. Successful run. That's what I would say. Hopefully we can get sub 36. I do think I'm going to have to make some strategy changes to... I might be able to, like, just barely squeak under 36. But if I want to go any lower than that, I think I'm going to have to learn some harder strategies. Learn to wiggle somehow. Learn to save more time in Gemini Man. Like, just do it better. That's like there's always something in that stage that I just look back on and go, that wasn't that great. But you know, coming out of 8 Robos, so there was at least, I don't know, 5 seconds I could have saved in Gemini Man. And I'm sure I could save a second and a half in Sparkman somehow. Right. I'm sure there's a way. I'm sure my gold split wasn't perfect. So I think I'd probably be minus 25 coming out of 8 Robos. So maybe I don't have to have any drastic strategy changes to get down to like 35-45, 35-30, because I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of time to be saved right here. I'm sure there's a lot of time in the dock stages to be saved. And I know that there's at least 20 seconds I can save in the boss refights because my gold split is way faster. Let's see, what boss refights? Oh, says my gold split is 5.5 seconds faster. So maybe did I gold split that? I don't know. I guess I'm recollecting incorrectly. I could have sworn that I lost 15 seconds in my 36-30, but I guess not. So, well, 5 seconds to save there. And, I mean, that's 30 already. That and the 8 Robos. So, whatever I could save here. We could save maybe a minute without getting super technical, but then anything under that, I mean, that's gonna have to be something. I just have to get better, you know. Always have to get better. Like when I watch somebody that's a top tier runner, like a Papatdot or Prissy or Colonel Fatso or Fasta, I watch their sliding and I go, man, how are you that good? How is it possible to be that good at something so basic? Yeah, so practice basics, but probably gonna have to work in some things like spike sliding probably wouldn't hurt. That comes up a couple times. You know, Doc Gemini, Wily One. Wiggles. Wiggles don't show up a whole lot in this run, but they definitely show up in Shadow Man. Unless you're doing Magnet first. But anyway, that's enough of me talking to myself and rambling. I hope somebody enjoyed this video and got something out of it. And I'll see you for the next step in my progression. Talk to you later.